All right, what's going on, everyone? My name is Coach Dave from StructuredStrength.com, and today we're going to talk about anterior pelvic tilt. Now, some people go really crazy with this. Anyone they see that has a little bit of anterior pelvic tilt, you feel like it's wrong, there's something wrong with them, they need to fix it, need to work on it nonstop. Now, if you look around, there's incredible athletes that have anterior pelvic tilt. Some of them are in pain, some of them are not. For my general fitness community, they usually sit so much that this is something we want to work on. We're going to talk about kind of what needs to be stretched, or what needs to be quote unquote lengthened under tension. Lengthened is the quotes there, and what needs to get strengthened. Okay, so I'm going to try and do my best to draw. I'm not the best drawer, all right, but I'll do the best I can. So, and that marker doesn't work. Should have planned this ahead of time, right? So it'll be a red marker. Hopefully no one gets mad with the red. All right, we have people here that don't like red because it reminds them of being corrected by teachers. So here I am. Let's pretend it's the head. It's an exaggeration, right? Eyes. We have our thoracic spine, we have our lower back, and then we have our hips. If everything in the world was great, our hips would be neutral, we'd be able to brace neutral, stuff is great. And again, this is a little bit of exaggeration. An anterior pelvic tilt means that our hips are tilted like so, right? Let's pretend our legs are coming down here. And sometimes what can happen is our lower back will then get overextended. And there's a range of motion that's neutral. If your back is overextended, it's causing issues for you. You might feel it when you do deadlifts or wall balls, kettlebell swings, cleans, snatches. You might feel it when you run. So usually our lower back ends up overextended. Our lower back muscles are usually sometimes overdeveloped because now they're always in tension. Our hamstrings and our glutes usually don't work all that well, right? Sometimes those people have a hard time feeling their hamstrings and glutes working on deadlifts. If we do squats or anything like that, don't really feel it. They're never really sore back there. The muscles that are probably overly tight, we have our rectus femoris. That's the actual muscle name. And then I'm totally forgetting my anatomy on this, but you have your psoas as well. Okay, probably over tight, helping pulling that back and overextension. Hips are getting pulled down. Now, if you ever done anything like a couch stretch before to stretch your quads, the rectus femoris is what you're trying to stretch. Okay, so we're going to talk about this stuff in a second, but we're going to talk about how to stretch this the right way so that we can actually get into it instead of just staying in this overextended position, anterior pelvic tilt. So if this is pulling down, in order to set my hips right, I need to brace my abs. Whoops, if I can spell. Brace my abs to try and pull everything neutral before I get in that position. Because stretching or working or mobilizing in this tilt probably isn't going to help you. So the first thing we're going to do is a variation of the Bulgarian split squat. I love the couch stretch, but I feel like people get lazy with it. And I like to do stuff where we're loading under tension. I just feel like it works better. It feels more like a workout too. So if anyone's out there, a trainer, sometimes no one likes stretching. Or a lot of times people don't like stretching. This will work as well too. So here I am, foot on this bench. Before I do anything, you can see I'm in overextension already. I'm going to squeeze my butt, squeeze my abs. So butt, abs. I'm trying to pull everything neutral, if not exaggerating a little bit of flexion on my lower back. I'm going to sit back and down, bracing still. Don't lose it. Brace, fight against my rectus femoris, my quad. Come on out of it. You really have to brace. You probably saw my face change there. So I'm going to brace, squeeze my butt, squeeze my abs. I'm going to sit down, brace, 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 hold. And come on out. And you'll see my knee to even hit the ground. If your knee does, it'll be okay. You can use an ab mat. That puts a ton of tension on this muscle as I brace neutral, trying to lengthen this under tension. Over time, we'll get better and better and better. All right? Next, we're going to talk about your hamstrings and glutes, mostly your glutes. Now, we sit down all day. There's some research to show that like if you sit for, I forget how many hours it was, but it can take upwards of an hour for your muscles to actually start firing again because you're just sitting on nerves. So we call it the no-acetyl disease, where you see the guys, corporate guys. Let's pretend like this is them, right? Come down, they have this stomach. That's their neck, shirt, right? Come down, and they have no butt. They have no butt at all. And that's what they look like. Don't have no-acetyl disease, all right? In track and field, we used to joke around because we never saw someone with a strong butt pull their hamstring. Just doesn't happen, all right? So the most common exercise we see now, it's kind of popular again, is any type of hip thrust or glute bridge, all right? But a lot of times people do this the wrong way. We're going to be talking about bracing neutral while we're doing it again. So I'll do it on the ground first. You can use the bench if you want to. So here I am. We see most people. They just come up, they overextend and they squeeze up instead of trying to brace neutral and squeezing while bracing. So instead of being here, brace down, learn how to use our glutes in a better position. So I'm gonna brace on my abs, drive up, squeeze as high as I can, hold, come back down nice and slow. You can do this in single leg variations as well, and then we can also bring it towards the bench. I personally like the bench more just because you get a larger range of motion, as well as I can kind of see what's going on more. So I'm gonna grab a seat, arms up. Here I am. I'm gonna brace neutral first, lift as high as I can, keeping my abs on, right? Don't just exaggerate, hang out. Squeeze my abs at the same time, come back down. I can add weight, I can go single leg, I can play around with different foot widths, okay? So again, to pull it all together, or excuse me, play around with how far my feet are out, not width. Rectus femoris, psoas, let's load under tension. Let's get those glutes going. Hamstrings will come together as the glutes get better, just making sure we're bracing neutral. Don't become Mr. No Ass at all right? Thanks for watching. Tag your friends who need help with this. Please share, like. Talk to you guys soon.